quiet morning in Yukon, Oklahoma, took a devastating turn when a young boy stepped out of his bedroom and into a nightmare. What he saw that day would haunt him forever. His family, his mother, father, and 3 older brothers were all dead, lying in a pool of their own blood. But the most chilling part? The person responsible wasn't a masked intruder. It wasn't a stranger in the night. It was the man who was supposed to protect them. The Candy family looked just like any other. To the outside world, they were the picture of an all-American family. Jonathan Candy, 42 years old, was a husband and father of 4 boys. He worked part-time at the Paycom Center, a well-known arena in the state. He loved sports. He loved making people laugh. His wife, Lindsay Candy, was 39. She was warm, friendly, and full of life. She grew up in Prague, Oklahoma, where she sang in the choir as a child. Together they raised their 4 boys, 18-year-old Dylan, 14-year-old Ethan, 12-year-old Lucas, and the youngest, just 10 years old. Their Facebook pages were filled with happy family photos, smiling vacations, birthday parties, community events. No one, not their neighbors, not their friends, ever suspected what was really going on behind closed doors. At exactly 9:30 a.m., a 10-year-old boy made a chilling call to 911. His voice was shaking. He told the dispatcher he had just found his entire family dead. When officers arrived at the home on Southwest 29th Street and Czech Hall Road, they were not prepared for what they saw. It was a massacre. Lindsay Candy was found dead, shot and killed. Her sons Dylan, Ethan, and Lucas murdered, and in another room, Jonathan Candy lay lifeless. Gun in hand, a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The police quickly confirmed this was a murder-suicide, but the biggest question remained. Why? Jonathan Candy wasn't the kind of man people would suspect of such horror. He was known for being friendly, helpful. Neighbors recall him mowing their lawns, making people laugh at work. So what happened? Investigators dug into Jonathan's life. There was no reported history of domestic violence, no known financial troubles, no criminal record. He had been working recent NBA games. Just days before the tragedy, he had been seen joking with coworkers. And yet on April 22nd, he took a gun and did the unthinkable. Friends and family were left reeling. Was there a breaking point no one saw coming? A hidden struggle he never shared. Some speculated mental health struggles. Others whispered about financial stress, but nothing in his records pointed to a clear cause. No suicide note was left behind. No final message explaining why he had taken the lives of those he was supposed to protect. The only people who could have answered those questions were no longer here to tell their story. The only survivor of this unimaginable tragedy was Jonathan's 10-year-old son. The night before, he had gone to sleep like any other night, a box fan blowing in his room. At one point, he heard a fire alarm, but he went back to sleep and then he woke up. He opened his door, and his world was never the same. The boy is now in the care of relatives. His name is withheld for privacy, but how does a child recover from something like this? Experts say children who experience such trauma often suffer long-term emotional effects, nightmares, PTSD, deep grief. It will take years of therapy and support for this boy to process what happened. To this day, there are no clear answers. No note, no final words, no explanation. Some speculate it was a hidden mental health crisis. Others wonder if there were stresses no one knew about. But the truth, the only person who really knew why, is gone. The Candy family's community was left shattered. A family wiped out. A little boy now alone. This case is as haunting as it is tragic. A man who seemed to have everything, love, family, a life filled with happiness, took it all away in an instant. If there's one takeaway from this tragedy, it's that you never truly know what someone is going through. Mental health struggles, financial pressure, hidden turmoil. Sometimes the people who seem the happiest are hiding the most pain. If you're someone you know is struggling, please reach out. Talk to someone and to the Candy family. We may never know why this happened, but we won't forget you. That's a wrap for today's episode. but there are plenty more twisted cases on the way. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button so you don't miss what's next. See you in the next video.